greens and let him go. Stand back, stand clear as he puts on the show. Don't you get fierce and see from hell. Can't tell yet, I don't even wanna know. So you wanna be a trailblazer, kicking dirt like a hand razor. Take the reins, but don't react slow. It's time to feel the force. You're the chocobo. So you think you can ride this chocobo? Got choco, watch you better put him on this chocobo. Settle up if you think you can ride in this rodeo. Oh, you know, I don't know, the terms are wrong. Well, if you think you're gonna hide this chocobo, everybody's gonna wanna ride your chocobo. Choco loco style in the choco rodeo. Ride him straight to hell in the chocobo rodeo. That's right. Gas him up with the greens and let him go. Stand back, stand clear as he puts on the show. Don't you get fierce and see from hell. Can't tell yet, I don't even wanna know. So you wanna be a trailblazer, kicking dirt like a hand razor. Take the reins, but don't react slow. It's time to feel the force. You're the chocobo. So you think you can ride this chocobo? Got choco, watch you better put him on this chocobo. Settle up if you think you can ride in this rodeo. Oh, you know, I don't know, the terms are wrong. Well, if you think you're gonna hide this chocobo, everybody's gonna wanna ride your chocobo. Choco loco style in the choco rodeo. Ride him straight to hell in the chocobo rodeo. That's right.
Welcome. I was just thinking, I am incredibly pleased with that timer. Incredibly pleased. I realise that makes no real odds, and it's me just... it's me blowing my own trumpet, but nobody else blows my trumpet. They look at the trumpet and go, oh no, I'm not putting it anywhere near my lips if it's been near yours, but yeah, as I say, blowing my own trumpet, but god damn, hot damn, do I like that Final Fantasy timer. It's so very simplistic, and then the 15 seconds, I like it. I've grown really quite, because again, simplistic, didn't take much effort to build, but the J Dragon Fang Final Fantasy logo, supremely enjoyable. I liked it. It's one of those rare ones where it was like, here's a vision, it's in my brain, and now I want that vision in my brain to come out perfectly in a piece of software. And it's often a case of you can get an approximation, but not... I'm not going to bother reading it. It's a silly game. Also, wouldn't have made much difference because I don't think... Oh no, it is going. The fact that it loaded very quickly made me think it wasn't going. But anybody who's been keeping up will know what's happening in the story. So basically, Vanille is sort of nasty girl. Well, she's not. She's fucking cute beyond comparison. Right, I do believe we just made it to the end of this corridor, hadn't we? We just... Oh no, we'd just gone round to the beginning of the corridor. No, this is a new corridor. No? Yeah. Yeah, this must be a new corridor. Where was the old corridor? In fact, yeah. We swapped party members, didn't we? That must have been what happened at the tail end of last week. I know, I was paying so much attention to the game last week, it seems I've completely forgotten basically everything. That's fine. Do you need your CP done? No, I think that's what we definitely did do tail end of last week. But yes, I'm struggling to remember precisely what we were up to. Right, I don't think they'd be that close to the save point, so I mean... Hey, that's the opportunity. No, okay, he turned around. What a prick. I was all up in the sort of like, yes, I've got it. I've done it. Yes, this is perfect. And he just slowly but surely went, nah, I'm going to turn around a lot quicker than you can walk to this distance. And here we go again, just sirens blaring. Rescue, rescue, rescue. Come on, Zaz, get on with shooting. Get on with the shootings. I don't think Blitz is doing me any real... Okay, now Blitz is doing me some favours. Well, I haven't said that. I mean, it looks like it's touching the other one the tiniest amount. I'm not convinced blitzing was worthwhile in that situation, but, you know, sometimes you're just too lazy to do it properly, and you let the game just do whatever it wants to do. And that was very much the occasion at this point. 5 stars though, so clearly laziness wins. Laziness wins. Fatality. Because you're so lazy, you get fat. It's actually a surprisingly good joke. Very nearly, anyway. Right, if we... We'll wait for the opportune moment. You can't turn around in that shorter time period, can you, you prick? Flanborg. I am Flanborg. I belong with Flan. Flanatus first, though. Oh, that was a substantially better blitz. And instant flanatorial kill shot. It's what we like to see. And then a second stagger. And we can beat down... Oh, I think we got a third stagger somehow. Nice. All we need to do is actually manage to take advantage of that. Which... the tiniest bit of advantage we managed to take off of that, but not a huge amount. We unfortunately kind of sucked at our timing, but never mind. Ooh, 5 stars again. A nice amount of crystal points. That's what we like to see. Right, at some point, I think much like the previous occasion, what we'll try and do... Is it you, Fate? Oh, that is his head. Couldn't tell it from that distance. I suppose it should have been fairly obvious. The tail is distinctly longer than the head, so I should have known. Right, let's do a little bit of dual casting in there. I think I've got the scan. Yeah, I'm fairly certain. These are all exactly the same enemies we were facing off against last week, so in terms of scans, we should be good. Let's get a little bit of an attack in. Just a very quick... I mean, if you get up quicker, that would be helpful for us all. Just a quick little tink there, and then we can focus back onto some major... Yeah, if we quick... So quick that we're going to just skip to the first 2 shots. That's the second. And now, I think, yeah... If we stick to... I mean, weakness of water, but both magic and physical is... Yeah, you've got War Terror, that's going to help somewhat. But I'm wondering if Slash and Burn might go down a little bit better. His attack, although, as I say, both magic and attack is halved against this thing. Although, having said that, without the Shelm, I wonder if that's still true. But I think it would have updated. If it was no longer true that everything was halved, I think it would have automatically updated itself and said, no, now it is this. So I think it is still halved, despite the fact that he clearly does take a lot more damage. I suppose it's just his defense. His defense has perhaps dropped through the roof, I don't know. Or, yeah, dropped through the floor, sorry. I mean, arguably, if you were on top of the house, then it would have dropped through the roof. But not many people reside on top of their house. Right, there we go. Ta-turner. Let's get some buffs. Oh, yes, of course, he now has haste. Which, of course, hasting himself is probably the best thing you can possibly do. And with his 4 slots, he can do 2 at once. Good lad. Not quite so good lad. We do need some healing now. So let's build on that. And I think we've probably got enough boofs. Enough boofs. But why did you... Oh, I see. It's weak against everything. Why is it weak? Oh, because she's got a brand new Combine Harvester. And she has given him the key. And that key has weakened him to all elements. That's handy. But arguably, though, it is still sort of... Oh, he's still... Oh, he's now resistant. Oh, okay, I see. So he goes from resistant to halved. Okay, interesting. But I've kind of negated that halving by stripping his elemental resistances. So theoretically, I think it's probably, in this situation, probably best to do Ravager. Double Ravager, specifically, dual casting. Owing to the simple fact that the elements are going to give us a little bit of an advantage. And that is what we want from our situation. Ba-ba. Down. Poof! Massive air spell. I'm gonna shoot my hot air at you. Apparently didn't do it very well though, which is a bit disappointing because it felt tolerable. Let's be honest. I realise tolerable for me is the baseline, but it felt kind of okay. As battles go, it felt like, yeah, we're rocking and rolling here. We're doing what we need to do. And yeah, I discussed it a few weeks back. Probably every week in fairness. But yeah, that whole sort of, sometimes the battle feels really fucking good, and you only get 1 star. Sometimes the battle feels really fucking bad, and you get 5 stars. It's like, what? How are you calculating these stars? You're just throwing random stars wherever you fancy. I wish you wouldn't do that to me. Come on. Pam. Pam? I don't know why it's Pam. Post-apocalyptic mayhem. I must install and play that again. That was quite an entertaining little racer game. If you've never played Pam, as I say, it stands for Post-Apocalyptic Mayhem. And it was a sort of racer shooter type deal. You raced around circuits, but you had access to big guns and stuff. Can't remember precisely how it worked. I think you had like base guns, and then you had each vehicle had its own special attack. I might be mistaken there, but I'm fairly certain that's how it worked out. Because I do remember there was an ice cream van that basically got this kind of giant Blastoise-esque cannon, I think, on top of its roof, and would shoot giant balls of ice cream, if memory serves. But maybe that was a fever dream. It's sometimes difficult to tell when... sometimes difficult when you play games, whether it's a true game thing that you've experienced, or some kind of fever dream that you've been near. Ah, good, we staggered them all again. Marvellous, that's what we like to see. Just get rid of that Flanator before it starts trying. I don't think they can heal themselves. That's the key thing with a Flanator. They can rescue another creature and heal them, but they can't actually heal themselves, which is beneficial because it does allow... It allows the basic tactic of there's a... Whoa, hello. Pacifying shot was a little tastier than was entirely desirable. I don't think I needed to be pacified with that level of electricity. Especially because it hit both of them, unfortunately. And that, again, I've discussed this in the past as well, but it's one of the crucial... It's one of the crucial sort of true flaws of this game, I think, is the sort of area of effect attacks. It seems area of effect attacks is often quite difficult to get right in an RPG, because I remember Suikoden 3, if memory serves, that had an atrocious area of effect attack system in it, which basically, if memory serves, and it might not, but if memory serves, it made me find that fire magic, I think it was basically null and void. You couldn't use it. There was no using fire magic in Suikoden 3, because you run too much of a risk of basically just killing your own allies. And I mean, I know it's a very peculiar idea, but tactically it's better to let the enemy try and kill your own guys, as opposed to... Can I get that cheeky? Oh, did I? Did I get the cheeky? I think I did get the cheeky. Marvellous. Ah, now logic says try and take down the Thermodon, or at least try and crack the Thermodon immediately. But I'm not 100% convinced of it. Because these guys, yeah, these guys are just going to be a pain in the arse, is the problem. I think we might Now is the point in time where it's a terrible plan, because if I'd blitzed these guys early doors, I could have cracked all of them. I could have wiped them out quickly. Now, of course, I'm finding myself having to. I'm going to be wiping them out slowly. Decisions I made, poor ones, unfortunately. Not exactly what I wanted to see. Let's get. At the very least, I would like to get some hastes out. I would also like to be outside of this tornado. I think we might have just straight up lost. Try and get a potion in there to at least mitigate, but flip here now. Yeah, no, they just trashed me. Yeah, I need to. Oh god, I need to get rid of these three, because they are going to be the death of me. Quite literally, the death of me. I would have really liked to have gotten haste on the house. Archmage, let's do some damage whilst getting that haste out there. I might want to put in. Yeah, I don't know which one I necessarily want to change. Oh, in Frost. We don't need to give a shit about in Frost. All I wanted was the haste to try and get more oh, okay, no, we've like crap. Crappy. No, no, that's just straight done. That Cyclone is horseshit. Utter horseshit. Just wipes them both out almost immediately because it just seems to last forever doing tons and tons of damage. No, I didn't get the fucking back attack this time, so this is going to be an uphill struggle, isn't it? Marvellous. Oh, God. Sometimes these games, they like to be a pain in the arsehole. And especially this one. Apparently it doesn't want to yield. Right, get those hastes in tow. Now get back to slashing and burning to try and... I've got to take down the Vespids. That is without doubt, because that Cyclone ripped me to shreds. Which is slightly ridiculous. But now I'm quick. Now I've gotten haste going fairly immediately. But see, now this is where... Again, this is what I was discussing earlier. The biggest flaw... I don't think I actually clarified what the biggest flaw of the game is. But the biggest flaw inside this battle system is the error of effect attacks, because they are semi-random feeling. Because sometimes you just get lucky, and the area of effect is only on one person, and it's marvellous. And then sometimes you get unlucky, and it's on everybody, and everybody dies all at once. And it's like, could you please not do that? But arguably, in that regard, it's a little bit like Grandia 2, and that arguably it was a flaw in Grandia 2. It was a flaw in Grandia 2. It's a flaw in Final Fantasy 13. The fact that you do not... Oh, Christ! What's that fucking move? I don't... Aerogar, I'm assuming. Oh! This battle is annoying me now. The problem is I need the back attack. I need the back attack, and I need to wipe out the Vespids almost instantaneously. Because if I don't wipe the Vespids out instantaneously, they will fucking decimate me. Because they've got huge wind spells. And I didn't get the back attack. Well, this is another uphill struggle, methinks. I was looking forward to this game, and now the sort of fourth battle, something along those lines, has just decided to be an absolute dick. So that's good. That's made the weekend, isn't it? Oh, why I'm attacking the wrong target? Oh, utter bollocks! Utter bollocks! Ugh. Yes, Photon, but yeah. When you get the Air Ogre, the Cyclone, and the Photon Blast all at the same time, that's a party wipe. In fact, there we go. I think that might be the party wipe. Yep. I'm not even going to bother trying to revive her, because it's not worth it. Just kill Zaz, we'll start again. Fuck's sake. There's always one, isn't there? There's always one that just turns around and goes, no, I'm going to be nasty, and I'm going to be a prick, and I'm going to make sure you can't win by just stacking the odds so far against you that there is no hope. I don't really wish to yield and use some kind of... Oh, fuck off, anything saw me. Good God. Okay, right, we've now got the right target at least, so now once we get into Let's get haste on again. Really think it is necessary. Get the haste going quicker. Ugh. Battle is tiresome. So very tiresome. Just gotta carry on. I mean, basically I'm using the same method every single time and hoping for the best. I know. It's a shit method, but what can I say? It is the one I am utilising. But I mean, it really does come down to what spells do they use at each time. Like, this current Cyclone Aroga nonsense is probably going to wipe, and especially throwing in a Photon Burst. It might just wipe me off the face of the earth immediately, but no, apparently not so much. But I think Medic might be permanent, because there's no other choice. And the moment Vanille dies, the game is basically over again. Come on. Oh, maybe I need to... Although having said that, using Blitz is going to be beneficial in the long term, but I suppose in the short term I might die. So that's good. There we go. Good. Right, come on. Blitz clearly didn't do that much damage. Fantastic. Oh, yeah. No, we've gotten that. We've gotten a beautiful bit of combo fuckage going on there, haven't we? Massive fucking... The other thing, of course, with that tornado is it's taking me out of the ability to fight. So it not only strips my health bar, but it stops me attacking their health bars. Which is even worse than any other ability. Haste is definitely doing the work in this. It's doing most of the business. Because unfortunately, this game has taken the P. That's right, I rhymed P with unfortunately. Sometimes genius writes itself. Okay. Oh, come on. Why are you doing no damage? And haste is running out. Oh, god damn it. Come on. Stop. Just stop. Stop resisting, game, and just yield to death. Yield to it. It wants you. It wants you so bad. Just embrace it, accept it, and let me win the fight, please. This guy really does not want to perish, does he? Alright, once that Photon Burster's gone through and Vanille's healed me, there we go. What we'll do is pop into Slash and Burn to hopefully remove this Vespid a little bit quicker. Although obviously not going to happen because of the whole tornado of cock. It's cocknado. So much cock now. It's formed a massive fucking cyclone of penises wrapping round, whipping you. Just keep getting there. You keep getting just clipped. That's the word I was after. I was just getting very confused in the midst of everything else. I'll tell you what, let's dual cast. No, dual cast is the wrong one. Tide Turner is the one I want. Imperil will help again. We already established that previously. Let's get our hastes on. We're going to need a medic. Please don't die, Vanille. I don't want to have to use a Phoenix down. Or possibly, I don't know, I must admit, I might have. Do I have Renew with him? No, I don't. I have Renew with several other characters, but not with the guy it would be useful with. Yin Yang's not the one I wanted. That's fine. I think Yin Yang is probably the one I can afford to ditch in favour of perhaps getting a Synergist and a Medic. So that we can have a sort of holding pattern where I can just bolster my capacities. Oh, good lord, this is really... He's not going to go down easy, is he? He is not going to go down easy. Unbelievable. Actually, it's perfectly believable. It's a pain in the arse, massive great arsehole. Actually, in fairness, I don't know if he's got a massive great arsehole. In fact, actually, being a lizard, he's probably got a cloaca. But, yes. Yin and Yang was going to be the best because he is imperiled, I believe the official ailment is called, the one that makes him weak against all elements. I mean, we're not doing much damage at all, are we? Just not doing it. I'm assuming this guy is perhaps slightly chunkier than his usual. I mean, it is the normal, yeah, it's the normal Thermodon, but it just doesn't seem to be taking damage. Even on staggered duty. Okay, well, one reason is I'm in yin and yang, which is not useful. Ugh. I've got the names of the bloody things the wrong way round in my brain, which is not helpful. No, he's no longer imperiled, so I suppose let's go Tide Turner for a moment or two. Get some water on. And if we get water, I suppose arguably if we get water and imperil, that'll work nicely. And Frost is a bit random, Zaz, but it's fine. Bravery for you. Vigilance and Faith for me. We're going to have to replenish the old... what's it? Yeah, Sasha and Vanilla. How do they keep their hair so perfect? Well, considering they keep out against fucking Flanators, I do not know how they keep their hair so clean. Because they are filthy monsters, and we are taking a lot of beating, a vast beating. This battle has proven most troublesome. Welcome, Mr. Boosh. How are you this afternoon? Are you doing well? Is your well producing water? I think that sounds like an exceedingly personal question, doesn't it? Actually, I don't think you need to tell me whether your well is producing water or not producing water. But the key question is, how are you? I don't know why it has to go into insanity, but it always does. So, you know, I've grown accustomed to it. Ba 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 ba. Okay, a little bit of War and Peace, get my health bar just into a slightly more delightful position, and then straight back into dual casting, where hopefully, yes, Aurora, the Aurora Borealis, we will smite you. Come on, that's it. Double Ravager, come on, you can do this. He's weakened. Yes, that's the ticket. There we go. Happy as she likes. Try rolling for animal handling. Well, I got a 2-star rating in the battle, so I can't help but think that roll would have been atrocious. And, of course, I have discovered the true piss take of piss takes. There was... Oh, no, there we go. Marvellous. Okay, there was a point. Could have probably avoided that battle to get that treasure chest, but at least there was a degree of point to it. It would have been quite bad. I'm going to have to go against another one, of course, which is a pain in the arse, but at least it's not being... The crucial thing with this one is it's not being flanked by 3 Vespids. That's going to make a whole world of difference. Right, let's get that. You have been imperiled, so let's go dual casting for a moment. Get a little bit of chunk of change in there. War and Peace might not have been the best idea, but it'll give me a little bit of extra health, so that's not too bad. Alright, drop it back down to dual casting, and away we go. Ding, ding, ding. Back up to slash and burn for a little bit of extra commando action. Back down to dual casting to just hopefully crack the armor plating. And then probably stay in dual casting because it's imperiled and Zaz and Vanille's magic is sufficient. It's sufficient to allow you to get on, essentially. You can get on with it. Oh, his protect is wearing off, but that's not a problem because, I mean, it was a free protect, essentially. That's fine. Well, that's interesting. He can't actually cast protect on himself despite being a synergist. I think I've mentioned this in previous occasions. Zaz, as a synergist, focuses on boosting weapon attacks. So he can opt their magical power, he can opt their physical strength attack power, and he can add elements to their weapons. Whereas Hope is a defense synergist. So what he does is he raises our magic defense with Shell. He raises our physical defense, and he also raises our elemental resistance because he casts bar fire as opposed to Zaz's end fire type deal. It works the same as with all the other elements as well. If you N ice, I think it's actually N blizzard, N thunder, N fire, that is putting it on your weapon to use as an element in your attack. Whereas bar fire, bar thunder, bar blizzard, I feel like it's not bar blizzard, And that might be why it's not Bar Blizzard, because Bar Blizzard is surprisingly difficult to say repeatedly. Nonetheless, it might actually be Bar Ice, so maybe it is Ed Ice. Oh, Vanille, could you not, you know, do the dying thing, please? It would be more pleasant, all said and told. Yes, the old man is leading you down a path of destruction, frankly. Do 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 do. Right, okay, we have got the stagger. We haven't got the imperil this time, which is a bit of a bugger. I do still have a tolerable magic strength, although I don't have my hastes anymore, but I kind of want to just... I don't want to do any faffing around. I want to just attack, attack, attack. Try and chip away at that health bar. Doodle-doo, doo-doo. Doodle-doo, doo-doo. Yeah! We win. 3 stars, piss poor. Well, I suppose average, technically. But it feels piss poor. There we go, I think we can just move on now. We did a circuit, and then we did the centre. And that basically all of the enemies on screen. They were respawning, but I don't think you need to fight them much more than once each. Well, that... I don't want that fight, game. I don't want that fight. Oh, I'm having that fight, apparently. Okay, the fight isn't quite as bad as they showed. I'm assuming they're going to do it in multiple steps, which is tolerable. Whereas, I think that's becoming my catchphrase. It's tolerable. But yeah, it's... One of those Vespids and one Thermodon is doable, but I think what they were advertising was 4 Vespids and 2 Thermodons, which makes me think I might end up with another 3 Vespids and a... 3 Vespids and a Thermodon. Oh, absolutely. Especially with Zaz. I mean, all of his attacks are like, pow, yeah, look at me pose. There is no... I mean, I'd be willing to be proven wrong by an expert marksman, but frankly, to me, there is no purpose whatsoever to him prancing around like a bellend when shooting those guns. But I suppose on the opposite side of that, it would be a very dull game if he just lined up a perfect shot. I can't remember. It's something like, I think it begins with a B. There's a special grip you use on a gun which allows you to have support. Can't remember it. Oh dear, that slowed right down, which is a bit of a bugger. Didn't really want that to happen, but there you go. It kind of did. Let's get synergy going. But yeah, there is a special grip, which is basically, it's over the years it's developed as like the perfect grip to holding a gun, I believe. Is the idea, at least. And so yeah, if he just did that, bang, 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 there we go, the creature is dead, it would be a lot duller, wouldn't it? So I think we can be quite pleased that all of the moves are vastly over the top, because otherwise it would be quite sort of like, oh god, this is, oh boy, I don't think I can possibly get any further in this game. It's pulled the living tits off of me. And do you have living tits? Yes, yes I do. I keep them in the garden because they're a bird. I must admit that joke sort of formed by itself over the course of the conversation. I didn't really have much control over that one. Yep, I know. Absolute pro. Hopefully... No, okay, maybe I should have cut it, but never mind. I could have cut out early and that would have perhaps solved some of my problems, but, you know. There's also the fact that I wanted the big move involved in it. But these Thermodons, you kind of just have to... I mean, I don't have a good alternative. I'll tell you what, let's... Although no, synergy is not what I want. I suppose Faith and Vigilance is not a terrible decision. Faith and Vigilance on Zaz. And what we're also going to want to do is get a medic back in the house. Get a medic. A medic back in the house. Get a medic. Medic back in the house. You shouldn't take your dick outside of the house. Well, it's kind of attached, but by that I meant you shouldn't take it out in public without trousers. No, I suppose there's shorts, but you know, it's fine. Any material that covers it is acceptable in polite society. If you have no material covering it, that's not as acceptable. And will probably get you arrested in fairness. Ba, ba, ba. If you take it out in public, they will stick you in the dock and you won't become a bad. Thank you very much. That was the penis song. Tail end of the penis song. Monty Python, if you were unaware. Isn't it awfully nice to have a penis? Isn't it frightfully good to have a dong? It's swell to have a stiffy, it's divine to own a dick. And the tiniest little dodger to the world's biggest prick. So let's 3 cheers for your Willie or John Thomas. Hooray for your one-eyed trouser snake. Your piece of pork, your wife's best friend, your Percy or your cock. You can wrap it up in ribbons, you can slip it in your sock. But don't take it out in public or they will stick you in the dock and you won't become a back. Oh, thank you. That's pretty much the entirety of the penis song from Monty Python. There you go. Oddly pleased that I could remember that. I feel like I missed a line somewhere, but I couldn't tell you specifically which line it was. Thus, right, so they're all pretty much sorted, suited and booted. We'll just pop around the Crystarium because a boost is always welcome. Mostly because boosts are quite tasty. I do enjoy a boost. They're not my favourite chocolate bar. Not gonna lie. My favourite chocolate bar is probably the Picnic. I believe they're Cadbury's Picnics. But they are tasty. They're a tasty chocolate bar. A perfect fusion. And now I'm not a huge fan. Oddly enough, I'm not a huge fan of nuts as a general rule. There are some exceptions. I do particularly favour the macadamia. This is entirely useless information, but yeah, fuck it. It fills the void of silence, and that's all you can really hope for in life, isn't it? There are some exceptions. I do quite like macadamias. I've done this all kind of wrong. Because really I should be focusing on Commando and I should have focused on Ravager for Lightning at the moment. But never mind. Her Commando is now finished, so that makes no real difference. But yeah, I'm partial to the macadamia. But I'm not a huge fan of peanuts. Like, I wouldn't eat a peanut just out of a packet of peanuts, etc. However, I will wolf down a Picnic, and because I think, to be honest, I think they are possibly the perfect blend of chocolate, nougat, I think it's nougat, caramel, I think there might be a bit of caramel in the centre, I don't know. There's definitely some like raisins in there. It's just, it's the perfect fusion of all of those things. So yeah, Picnic, best chocolate bar. Period. That's very much not period. I mean, I could do, if you really, really want me to turn the tables, but I think that's going to take all afternoon because I'd have to move the chair, I'd have to move the computer, I'd have to take everything off the table just to turn it around. So are you 100% sure you want me to turn the tables? Bloody! Oh, I think I got the back attack. Yes, I did. Always pleasing to get the back attack. Thunderer! 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 Thundery! Thunderer! Thundery! So these guys, because I got the back attack, should go down like nothing. Absolutely nothing. I do like the fact that they've got like the shiny sort of inners to their sort of tail area. I feel like I know the word because it's based on they're obviously based on sort of insects, specifically hornets, I suppose. And yes, as I suspected, there is a treasure chest down below here. Now, ideally, oi, that's what we like to see. Oh yeah, slice away. Right, take care of the Vespids, because even Vespid is wasp, isn't it? Based, I think that's Latin-esque, maybe. in terms of the origin of the word, I think there is something to do with Vespid is wasp. As I say, it might be something like the Latin is Vespidicus Maximus. Husband to a murdered wasp, father to a murdered bee. Don't ask, his history is complicated. But it's not, he fucked a bee and had a bee son. It's not complicated at all. The mechanics might be complicated, a wasp fucking a bee, but outside of that, it doesn't really matter. Anyway, yeah, let's kill a Viking. That'll do. Some conversation needs to stop, I think, is the crucial thing. And that was definitely one of them. Very much so. The key thing was there was a nice sort of particle effect, maybe. Might have been done without particles to keep it down, keep the sort of memory usage on using multiples down somewhat. Difficult to say. But it had a nice glow effect, and it was very sort of thundery and lightningy, and I thought it was very delightful to behold. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to really highlight it a second time because, well, we just killed them quite quickly, in fairness. That battle was surprisingly easy, but arguably, at this point, we've got one extra character and not as difficult a group of enemies, so it's not surprising that they're quite easy. Right, Whistlewind Scarf. Charges a single ATB segment prior to battle. Oh my. Yeah, I think we'll just... Yeah, I think we can live without health. We can just have Lightning be the ATB specialist. It seems to be where she's leaning towards. There's no real deliberateness towards that. It's just happens to be the Axis Blade currently is the best we've got available. Deals with the ATB charger. And then that accessory was bloody good, so worthwhile having that as well. ATB, if you were interested and were unaware, I don't know how many people would be unaware, but just in case, ATB, I believe, 95% certain, it is active time battle. And basically it's this little bar. I would think, I cannot guarantee this, but I think the first time, certainly the first time the phrase was coined, would have been Final Fantasy VII? Because up till Final Fantasy VII, I think Final Fantasies were traditional, full-on turn-based. You had a turn, then the enemies had a turn, and it was all very gentlemanly. And then when Final Fantasy VII rolled round, I think that's the phrase I'm after more so, it introduced the ATB system, the active time battle system. And what that would be was the game didn't really pause as much. So what you'd have is the gauge that you can see in the battles here as well. I will show it a little bit more clearly. It's the blue bar that's sort of roughly a third off the screen. You see there? Where it's got the fire, the spark strike, the fire, the spark strike. You see where it's now filling again. That's the ATB gauge. And I believe, as I say, I think it was potentially its origin was Final Fantasy VII, where basically that bar would fill. This is a slight evolution of the system, but the original in Final Fantasy VII was literally just a timing system. So rather than defined turns, a la Dungeons and Dragons, you'd know defined turns from. I'm sure there's plenty of other places. I'm just highlighting it for ease. And then Final Fantasy VII, of course. I mean, this is all information people know. I'm not suddenly breaking new ground with some kind of revolutionary sentence. I'm just sort of, as I say, anything to fill the silence, really. Anything to fill the silence. But yeah, it charges. Then you get to choose your attack, and then it's depleted once you've chosen your attack, and then again it charges once more, and basically it just goes round and round and round. But it did give a bit of a, it gave it more of an action, I suppose, which, I mean, in some ways good, in some ways bad, as is so often the way with new systems. In some ways it was an improvement because it made it a bit more sort of like, oh, whoa, oh, more, oh, I've got to do things. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing, but I've got to choose quickly. And in other ways, it's like, oh, shit. Oh, I don't know what to do, and I have to choose quickly. Oh, fuck. Just any old shit, then. So, literally the same reasons why it's good are the reasons why it's bad, I think. I find that frequently happens when I try and describe something. I'm sure a proper human being would understand that the exact same things that make something good cannot really be the exact same things that make it bad, but what can I say? I find that happens a lot. That is what you can say. You already said it. I know. I was reiterating. You do that a lot, don't you? Yeah, quite a lot. Quite a lot of the same sentences come out of my mouth repeatedly. I suppose it's a sign of zero competency, I suppose. Let's kill a Viking! It's going to be the catchphrase of the day, at least. Let's kill a Viking! Until the Vikings run out, I suppose. And they will. Eventually they'll get beaten back to the Norseland. And England will be free again. Which is almost a shame, because, let's be honest, Norse gods vastly superior than God. Just one god going, yeah, I did everything, compared to fucking a horse with Loki, I suppose, to a certain extent, but that's a very specific tale for another day. But yeah, no, Norse mythology was spectacular fun. Probably not when you were actually being a Norseman. Norse mythology, when you were actually a Norseman, I think was just an excuse to kill people and literally get away with murder, I suppose. Psychom Dragoons, probably the best things to kill first. That's right. Psychom. I am a Dragoon. Psych. I don't really have a spear, so I can't be a Dragoon. You bastards. You take the name Dragoon in vain. Did Fran wear barely any clothes for this? No, she wore barely any clothes for Final Fantasy XII. But nonetheless, she wore barely any clothes. Which I suppose arguably... Do you know, oddly enough, whereas sort of Final Fantasy XII, you had Fran in practically, zero clothing, the females of Final Fantasy XIII are actually relatively well dressed. I think probably the skimpiest outfit might be Vanille's, just based on the sheer sort of shortness of the skirt. Although having said that, no, I think I honestly don't know who's got the shorter skirt. I don't necessarily think that's a conversation we need to commence with, but nonetheless, I don't know who's got the shorter skirt. Whether it's Lightning, who, I mean, it's a fucking belt, not a skirt. It's a belt. Or whether it is Vanille. I think it's Lightning. I'd need to see them both at the same time to know for absolute certainty. But I do feel it's probably Lightning, because, as I say, it is a belt. There is no coverage. I mean, one wrong move, one stretch. She stretched her arms upwards. That'd be just flashing everything to the neighbours. Where are the neighbours? I don't know. We're on an airship. It's very difficult to have neighbours up here. We're flying on an airship, so there can be no neighbours. Actually, technically, I suppose there can be sort of interchangeable neighbours. Just another airship pulls up on the side. Hello, we're your new neighbours. I don't like you. We're going to fly away. No more new neighbours for us. Whee! That would probably be quite satisfying, actually. Flying around on an airship. That would... I mean, you'd probably be sick a lot. If you get airsick, I suppose. If you don't get airsick, you'll be quids in. Vastly better system. There's a lot of red dots in this next area. Alarming volume of red dots. And they are pretty much just looking at me. So I think it's going to be sort of just face plant in. But arguably we can see, if I don't get too close, I think the ramp is going to be the limit. We can have a little bit of a closer look. So it's not quite as lightning-y as I gave it credit for. And there is quite a sort of techie mask type thing. Look, they are quite ugly, aren't they? When you look at them up close, they're horrendous looking. They got like sort of bondage gear on the torso, horrendous stingers, and just faces that only really their mothers are gonna be able to love. And even then, that's gonna be some tough love to love that as a mother. But the crucial element was the water. It is in fact a watery effect on their sort of stingery body parts. So I think there is a technical term for that, but I can't think of it, so I can't use it. And that is fact. But yeah, it is beautiful. I'm assuming that's probably not a particle effect. That's going to be a texture effect. But it doesn't make too much difference. It is still beautiful. Because I'm assuming... I mean, it's definitely looping, isn't it? So it's probably... I don't know. How would you do that? I suppose what you do is you take like a tiled... Yeah, maybe that'd work. You'd take some kind of tiled... Oh, it doesn't necessarily have to be tiled, I suppose. It could just be a massive, I suppose. But you'd take a massive thing, and then you'd just drag it up. Which, yeah, technical terms only. You take your massive thing, and you drag it up. And that is how you get water all over a Vespid's tail. But no, I'm assuming it's probably fairly basic, in fairness to it. Good looking, but fairly basic, because it's probably just a bubbly texture sort of raised up on the Z-axis, perhaps. Or possibly the X-axis, depending on how many axes you're working on. Obviously this is a 3D model, but technically the texture is going to be a 2D element. I mean, there's a lot of them. I'm not convinced that... Oh, okay, no. Yep. The standard Vespid problem is Cyclone and Aero. Solidarity, maybe. Take the edge off of Lightning so that she can hopefully just sort of pop round and clip them. Okay, so Fang is about to take two tornado kicks to the face, which I don't think she's going to enjoy, but unfortunately she is the tank. She kind of has to take them. I'm afraid to say you just have to take those tornado kicks. You know, this is where I'm getting slightly unlucky, because of course Lightning happens to be right next to Fang, and Fang is drawing the tornadoes, which I can get behind Fang drawing the tornadoes, but it does mean Lightning is getting scuppered by them as well, which is problematic. I think we can probably get a cheeky bit of Relentless Assault in before we worry too much about anything else, because I don't know precisely how it works, but I think Provoke, even though I've changed into Relentless Assault, Provoke will have a slight overlap, because I think it is classified as sort of a status ailment, so it can last a little past. I don't think it would last as long as a regular status ailment if you don't keep provoking them, or at the very least if you're not in Sentinel mode. I think it drops off rather quickly, but I think there is a little overlap, but I cannot be certain of that. I don't know the systems well enough to claim that to be definitively true. I'm just throwing out potentials, throwing out a little bit of speculation. And nobody likes a little bit of speculation. You should know all of the facts all of the time. Now, I think this is going to be an absolute fucking arseache to deal with, but I'm going to try and back attack them. Oh shit, I did. Was not expecting that, if that wasn't obvious. I had fully prepared myself to not get anywhere near getting that. Right, I think ideally, yeah, Vespid Soldier first, please. Target the Vespid, and now hopefully we've still got a little bit of the stagger meter to take advantage of this guy, although he seems to be taking an alarming amount of damage. I was really hoping to kill him. Maybe I did actually kill one quite quickly and then left over that guy. Lightning's not looking too healthy at the moment. She is about half health, which in this game, half health is the point where you need to start panicking. And I know that sounds a bit sort of like, are you sure? Half health's half health, that's fine. But, yeah, this game, I think based on the fact that a lot of their decisions in this game, that's a lot of tornado kicks I don't really want lightning to take. Okay, we're okay. Provoke is on, so... yeah. No, Provoke definitely drops immediately if you don't have a Sentinel. So I don't know. Maybe there isn't any overlap. What was I saying before I got distracted by provoking? I don't know. Oh well, never mind. We'll start again with a new conversation. You never know. It might wrap back round in some fashion. We'll see. Oh yes. Fang. Missed two out of 3 attacks. She missed. Oh, very, very annoying.
Didn't even break a sweat.
No, well, you kept missing. Of course you didn't break a sweat. You didn't put any effort in. Everybody else just sort of carried you through that battle. Apart from when you took, like, a dozen tornado kicks. But, no, we won't mention that bit. Now this one's going to be another trot. Oh, yeah. No, okay. Should have just approached them. I'd approached them from a slightly different angle. I might have gotten away with that, but... yeah, this is going to be awkward and troublesome. Because I suspect in the not too distant future... they are just going to riddle me with tornado kicks, and I mean, I've got a thought on if all of them suddenly start tornado kicking. I've got a thought on what to do. Whether it'll work, I don't know, but it's a very basic thought. It's Fang takes all tornado kicks. That's the only solution I have to the problem. But still, we'll get a little bit of healing going while we take down Drone E. And now let's focus on Drone G, and hopefully let's get back to Relentless Assault. It would be nice if we can wipe out, if we can only have 3 left when they start tornado kicking. That's going to be very, very good for me at least. Oh, here we go. Tornado kicks. I think there's about 4 left, but hopefully Provoke. I mean, basically I'm banking on Fang being able to take them all. Oh, okay. Yep. No, that's not quite worked the way I wanted it to. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to... yeah, I'll have to Phoenix down the boy, because otherwise we're not really going to get anywhere. I mean, technically I didn't lose the battle, but... we did take a fucking beating. Because unfortunately Fang just didn't have the time. And that was the issue I'd feared, even though I'd came up with a strategy. I had feared that Fang would just not have the time available to get them all provoked onto her. That's kind of like as much as I was relying on Fang taking all of them, although I think she did take a couple, which I think took the edge off of perhaps a full, just wiping Lightning's health bar out immediately. The fact that they were spread out meant only the boy died, and the boy's death we can kind of deal with and not have to start again. Whoops. Keep doing that. Whenever I move my hands, I seem to clip the controller against my desk, and that ends up screwing everything over. I'm also having a drink instead of actually using the battle system, which is such inconvenient. I thought I'd already set her up to do it, but apparently I had not. There we go. I like the way that the blizzard spell just sort of fizzled out. She like did the full sort of jump and I'm doing blizzard, but then the battle ended and the blizzard just went. Yeah, alright, I'll just disappear now. It's quite mildly amusing seeing that. I suppose it might have been even more amusing if it had tried to target a target that wasn't there anymore, but yeah, it just sort of fizzled out of existence. Just oh, it's a light puff of frosty air. Just ineffectually, I don't know. Words. Make them up yourself. That'll do. Yes, I know. I keep outsourcing the entertainment to you, the audience, and it's probably not. It's not the best of ideas, but hey, look, you know your sense of humour. You make it up. You make it funny. We'll both benefit, won't we? You'll go at the end of this. You'll go. I had a lovely time. It was very funny, and it will only be after a couple of hours afterwards. You'll go. I mean, it was very funny, but I suddenly realised I did all the work, didn't I?
Thank you.
Yes, I made up all my jokes and just told them to myself all. Oh shit! But just as long as you feel like you had a good time, that's about all that matters, isn't it? Even if you're making up your own jokes. I'm not really putting much effort into this battle. It's a couple of dragoons. They're not going to cause me too much issue. I mean, a couple of dodgy missile launches. They might get lucky. But at the end of the day, I'll just start the battle again and kill them second time round. But it really would have been just pure fluke that they'd gotten the better of me, I think, on that occasion. So, there we go. There's barbed tails. I didn't know Barbie had a tail. That must be a special edition. Special edition Barbie Beast Mode. That would be a very different doll, wouldn't it? Let's get round this corner to face off against these dudes. Nope, he turned. He turned around. Every time you do that, I get a little more annoyed, and I'm not singing the song particularly well. Have you ever sung the song particularly well? No. You. One key thing you do not want me doing is singing. So, what's the one thing you keep doing? I keep singing. I know. Shocking. Shocking behaviour all of the time. Lightning's in a little bit of trouble, but we should be okay. I'm kind of singing. The problem we've got there is I'm singing to a Final Fantasy song, but not quite at the right time for the Final Fantasy song that's playing. Which means it sounds like it should fit, but then it's not actually fitting. And the reason for that, as I say, is simply because it's not the right part of the song. I'm singing the... Oh, I don't think... I mean... At least a little bit of the provoke. I think the provoke drew 2, maybe? And Hope didn't die this time, which is a crucial element. Let's get back to Relentless Assault. We should be able to... Should be alright just to kill them both now. I don't think there's anything... I don't think they're going to get another tornado kick. And at the very least, it's going to be one, if any, as I say. I'm not convinced they'll get tornado kick wrapped round again. I'm waiting for the game to prove me wrong. Don't worry. I know it wants to. I know it wants to absolutely just go, no, I can do another tornado kick. Fuck you. And this tornado kick is going to do 6 times the normal damage just because you sassed me. I'm going to wipe your team members out. Specifically Lightning, because you're playing as Lightning, and the moment Lightning dies, you die. If you die in the game, you die in the Lightning. You little prick. You saw him, he was facing completely opposite direction, and then he went, actually, I'm going to turn around now. Prick. A certain amount of, there's an element of real to that prick, wasn't there? Which you don't really... I don't know, you might want it, I don't particularly want it, but I don't particularly want an element of real to my prick. Well, my own prick, but anyway, I don't want a real prick from anyone else. Ba-ba-ba. That's it, yeah, there you go, just try and forget you said anything with the words ba-ba-ba-ba. Yes, ba-ba-ba-ba, ba-ba-ba, ba-ba-ba, black sheep, have you any wool? I have no wool, no siree. I have no wool, no. Very dramatic, isn't it? Final Fantasy music is some of the best music in the world. Just gonna throw that sentence out there. You can feel free to disagree if you like, but just know you're wrong. That makes it nice and simple, doesn't it? Final Fantasy music's the best music in the world. No, it's not. You're wrong. There we go. Superb. At least we all know where we stand. Whoops, wrong button. Well, again, it's the whole. It wasn't technically the wrong button. It was my own fault because I leant my hand round the controller a bit too far. while I was trying to hit the other button. It's because I sit in a very awkward position. Several different awkward positions in fairness, but currently it's very weird because the controller is, I don't know, there's a part of me thinking the controller should always be sort of perpendicular in line with the TV, but mine is currently at a sort of perfect right angle. And that is, wait, hang on, I've got, no, yeah, I am right. Perpendicular does mean what I think it means. Doesn't mean you've got a purple dick in, yeah. Child, indeed. Right, we're taking care of business. Taking care of business. Taking care of business. Lovely shine on that texture on the deck. Right, okay, I probably want to pop in here somehow. There's certainly a way of going down. Yeah, I had a feeling you were going to do that, you little bastard. I saw it was an up or down. It was an uppy downy thing, and I just sort of looked at it and I just knew the moment I get to the end of that, it's going to go up, isn't it? What a dick! What a magnificent dick you have! It is everything a dick should be. Oh yes, it is. If I never see another dick again, that one was magnificent. Let's get on here again. Hopefully we can just sort of... No, we're just sort of running around making sure I haven't missed any treasure chests, essentially. That is the current goal for me. Oh yes, indeed. All I really want to do is check for treasure chests and pool. It had to rhyme with do. I had no choice. You don't understand. It's not my fault. I had no choice. I'm Lando Calrissian. Good evening. I frequently manage to channel my inner Lando Calrissian by exclaiming, "It's not my fault. I had no choice." So, yeah. Oh, good lads, ladies, technically. Well, ladies and lads, lads and ladies. Crucial element is good. We got the back attack, and that is all you really need in life. You just need to get the back attack. Oh yeah. If you find you are struggling at work, then you just need to get a back attack somehow. I don't really have advice on how to actually get that back attack, but if you do, it will work out in your favour. And then you'll go to a restaurant where you can savour the flavour of the meal that you have ordered. And your order was the veal. I'm just trying to make random rhymes now. just trying to work out if my brain can keep coming up with different rhyming couplets of words. And apparently it could. And we ended up in a restaurant. So that definitely worked out, didn't it? I told you, the back attack always works out. I said use it at work, and you ended up in the restaurant with the boss. I think you'll find that was a job well done. I'm tapping again. I don't know. Yeah, I think it does come out a little bit. I've got to say, sometimes. Yeah. I was mesmerised by the microphone levels. Oh, do you mind? That's not COVID safe, is it? Coughing right in my face there, you stupid engine. Luckily, I'm assuming there's no toxic emissions. This is the future, so you know they probably got rid of all their carbon emissions. Probably, brain. Think of the fuel source. Think of the fuel source. No, it's not doing it. Mako. It's probably Mako energy. Different Final Fantasy, I grant you, but I wanted to make the reference. It's just unfortunate that when I wanted to make that reference, my brain went, I don't know what it's called. Right? Just carry on though. I'll probably work out by the end of the sentence. It's just unfortunate that at the end of the sentence, the brain had not worked it out. Yeah, it's slightly annoying I'd forgotten Mako energy, considering how iconic and wondrous Final Fantasy VII is. I do wonder, I do hope at some point I'm going to catch a Final Fantasy theme on Classic FM, because the other day I did catch they were playing Kingdom Hearts on there, the old oh God, I can't think of the bloody song now. No, gone. But nonetheless, it was Kingdom Hearts. I was very pleased, very pleasing to me hearing Kingdom Hearts on Classic FM. So I'd love to say, I'd love to hear more. They do a lot of film scores on there as well. It's quite nice when you're there. So then, oh, Indiana Jones, lovely, and Star Wars and stuff like that. Anything orchestral tends to get on there, I suppose. But so I've never heard a Final Fantasy on there, but I have heard Kingdom Hearts a couple of times, which is quite nice. I don't know if there is. It'd be nice if there was like a old school radio station that just did video game music. That'd be delightful. I know, sort of, you know, modern day you don't necessarily use radio stations, but I still do. Mostly as an alarm clock, which is why it's very nice when you get woken up and you've got Kingdom Hearts in the background. It's like, oh, that'd be brilliant. I don't want to go back to sleep now, because I want to listen to the rest of the Kingdom Hearts song. Whee! That's another Viking bites the dust. I do a little black flip and a little back flip, and another Viking bites the dust. Oh yeah! Do a backflip, do a backflip, do another little backflip, and kill a Viking off, then I do another little backflip. Right, we'll go off into this corner. Partly, I must admit, I was only really going into this corner for the sake of dealing with these. I wonder if I could have done a cheeky little sidestep and gone round the back of them. I don't know, I never really considered it. I just thought they're facing this way, I'm never going to get a back attack, but then it seemed to take them quite a substantial amount of time to actually spot me. So I do slightly wonder if I could have, if I hugged the wall, I might have been able to sort of get round the back. But oh well. It's too late for apologies. It's too late. Too late for apologies. It's too late. I don't want to be tidying it up, that's the problem. I don't know what the doodly-doo is, but it's shining through. It's got a shiny doodly-doo when it's coming through for you. Relentless assault. Assault them relentlessly. Missile burst. Arrgh. Yeah, no, that was quite a missile burst. Back to diversity. Back to healing. Back to healing. Back to reality. Back to not dying, preferably. Would be beneficial. I once knew a fish called Benny. He was everything to me. He was beneficial. You can tell the ones that weren't expecting to catch me, because you get quite a sort of a laugh that sort of just bursts forth. I quite like that one. Okay. But I think I mostly like the fact that I said who's everything to me, and I think at that point you didn't necessarily know where it was going, and then you get it was beneficial. And then you fall into it and you go, oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, at least I can guarantee I make one person laugh. Unfortunately, it's literally only me most of the time, but still. Yeah, I'm lost in my own joke there now. I just enjoyed it so much. Ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. Come on, just kill these dragoons so we can move on. This bit's been a bit boring, I'm not gonna lie. Quite samey battles, mixed with not that interesting map. With arguably topology. Topology might be the right one. But yeah, it's just not It's not been hugely sort of visually stunning to me. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, the textures are beautiful, and the 3D modelling is wonderful. There's nothing wrong with the physical elements of it. It's just all sort of just. It does seem to sort of just become a bit of a sort of grey slog a little bit here, isn't it? Well, there's a nice degree of colour scattered, but I don't know. As I say, it's just not. It's not wowed me. This area, it's not wowed me. Well, that's a beautiful little example of an invisible wall. I don't begrudge it though. I will just point that out. I can't really begrudge it, since on a previous occasion I've gotten very annoyed at other people begrudging games invisible walls. It's a thing that is in games. Doing clever things to sort of mark a sort of you're not going down this area.
Because when we kill it, we're one step closer to Vanille. How's that?
I mean, that still doesn't actually make us lucky, but fair dues. That's fine. Oh, that's I mean, the Kalavinka Striker. It's a weird. I suppose because it's meant to be electrical, isn't it? Those are meant to be sort of like sparks, but they do start. If you look at them more and more, they do start looking like paper clips, and then you can't really take the dragon seriously, can you? Because it's like, hello, it looks like you're fighting a boss monster. Do you need some help? And it's kind of like, no, I don't. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm fine not needing assistance with fighting this boss. But having said that, I might need assistance fighting this boss. But the crucial thing, I told you it was lightning, didn't I? Which is a little bit much for, forcing me to face a boss that's immune to lightning with a woman called Lightning that uses lightning magic. Although, granted, at the moment she's managed to get Blizzard. Okay, yeah, Blizzard's fine, Water's fine, yeah, okay, she's using a tolerably sensible volume of stuff. We are going to have to do a cheeky bit of healing, I think. Do a quick bit of healing. Means I can't quite take advantage of the stagger meter as much as I'd like to, but I think, losing a bit of advantage on the stagger meter is possibly slightly better. Let's get you synergizing. Let the two strikers keep pounding away at it. And then, you're going to bar thunder. Oh, that's a very good idea, child. I know that's, the AI at full maximum capacity of doing the most sensible options again, but nonetheless, I am still quite impressed that they decided to do it. And I'll just allow it to seem like it's the boy making the decisions, not a computer in the background coded to make decisions based on these things. I'll gift it to the boy. I'll just, good thinking, boy. Oh dear, he's dying. Don't die, boy. I'm just trying to praise you. If you die in the middle of being praised, it's going to completely undermine the whole thing. Neither of us want that to happen, do we? Still, there's no reason to be tapping at that exact moment in time. I just can't help myself. It's primarily this game that it happens in. It's that sort of, tapping will inevitably will the ATB meter up. It will go up faster if I keep tapping the button. Oh, there we go. That was really, really easy for a boss. Slightly miffed I didn't get 5 stars, but the Soul Font Talisman. Not entirely sure what that's doing, but yeah, you slide away. You slide away in shame. No, I did not need your paper clipper. Oh, there's another one. Okay. And it's got an arse mouth. I don't think anyone or anything should have an arse mouth.
So happy I could cry.
Is that one going to get shot out by something else?
Tease us, will ya?
Come down here.
Oh, is that something now? Yeah. You can tell it was them by the chocobo chick. Now that is what is called a stroke of luck. Because what are the odds that they blow out a wall that we are right there in? Are you going to automatically change my party? I think you are, aren't you? No, same party. Yeah, same party, same boss. Okay. Did they run out of ideas? Being a bit harsh there, but it is a bit sort of like, why are you doing the same boss again? I just beat your paperclip dragon. I don't really think I know. Oh, okay. This paperclip dragon might mean slightly more business. Did I just lose hope? No, he's just about survived. Good lad. I must admit, I took all of his HP buffs off, didn't I? And he keeps almost dying, if not actually dying. So maybe that was a mistake, taking off all of his buffs, all of his HP stuff, because he does seem. Oh dear, solidarity. Because hopefully, okay, that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I really thought that was going to be absolutely drastic, but it just did not. It did not punch me as much as I thought it was going to punch me. But what I think we want to do is get into decimation. Decimation. That was an old game. You got a golem to pick up a spell, and then you could cast that spell, and he'd just go decimation. It's quite fun. I would tell you specifically what that game is, but I might play it at some point. Fuck it. It's called Netstorm. It doesn't matter whether you know the planned games or not. But yeah, I wouldn't mind going for Netstorm at some point. Medic in Sentinel mode, I think, as well. Mostly here because I probably wouldn't ever get the provoke in quickly enough. But the theory is, with the Medic and the Sentinel post massive arse-kicking bolt, it will mean all subsequent attacks are on Fang, which will hopefully mean nobody else will die in them whilst Hope is healing. Because as long as I'm sort of maximum health, I don't think that bolt will kill anybody outright. Might do if I'm not careful. Although now I've got bar thunder, which is very clever. I was quite pleased when I managed to set that system up in the old pub. My bar thunder, thunder bar pub bar. Yeah. That's one of those. That was one of those misclips again. One of those jokes. Jokes aplenty. Well, I don't think this guy's going to put up much more fight. Are you going to slide off the ship like the last one? You can go down and join your friend. And oh, 4 stars this time. I improved it. That's something at least. And a blessed talisman. We never found out what the first one was. But I don't know. Maybe they're supposed to be a pair. That might be why you faced them both. Oh no, he's just going to collapse this time. Yeah, I know. She's there, you're there, we're all there. This is the point where I would be quite amused if Zaz just shouted, Zaz!
You've still got time.
Fang, there's something I need to tell you.
Making me worry like that. We'll talk later, Missy.
What's wrong? Huh? Oh, nothing. Nothing. So, what's on the agenda?
Toppling the sanctum?
No, I mean really.
I think he's serious. Yeah.
We're gonna take down the sanctum and give Cocoon back to the people.
I'm sure they'll appreciate that.
Fal'Cie have called the shots for long enough.
If we pull this off, it'll be a miracle.
Well,
couldn't help myself. He said pull it off.
Outside.
Nope. I'm assuming, is that an upgrade from Paperclip Dragon? It's definitely a different dragon, isn't it?
A miracle. Grand Pulse style.
Oh, is this? Is it?
Vanille, go fish. Got it.
Oh no, I don't think it is. Because I didn't think she was going to, but yeah. And this isn't a miracle, this is just awesome. Miracles are something completely different. Does she not get some length on those little string bits, doesn't she?
That's a good girl.
Oh, yeah, she knows how to ride a dragon. Which she's welcome to any day. Disgusting. Oh, Robo Owl. I believe that's the big Pope man. I believe that's the Popeman's bird. can't remember. Daisley, innit? I don't think he's officially classified as a Pope either, but he looks a bit Popish, doesn't he? He looks Pope adjacent. I mean, that is a spectacular cutscene, isn't it? It really is beautiful. Poor Zaz. Always the comic relief. Apart from when he's the tragedy. Which is a perfect blend of character arcs, isn't it? It's a lot of guns for, like, however many people we are. How many people is it? Fucking hell. 6? Is it 6? I think it's 6 of them, isn't it?
I had my doubts.
That you would survive that fall. Yeah, I had my doubts about that as well. Considering, again, we refer back to Hope's mother, right at the beginning of the game, fell a short distance and instantly died. We've just fallen off of an airship, and we're clearly alive. Yeah, there you go. See? Clearly alive. Utterly ridiculous. But never mind. I suppose it's good old-fashioned plot armour.
Daisley's through there. We're still gonna have our talk. But let's survive this first, yeah?
It would be helpful. Is this now that we have a full party, I do wonder if I am going to be in charge of forming my my own choices. Yes! Battle team formation has now been unlocked. You can change the composition of your battle team by pressing Y to open the main menu and then selecting paradigms. Within paradigms menu, select battle team. You'll be able to choose the battle team's leader and members. Changing the members of your battle team will reset the party's paradigm deck. Select customize to check your current paradigm and alter if desired. Well, we might as well do that. And guess who's gonna be the leader? Are you shitting me, game? Are you literally shitting me? Are you shitting my nuts? I think you are. You are shitting my ever-loving nutsack. Anyway, we'll have a slight variation so that we've got Lightning, who we can't change despite it literally just telling me I can change. We will have Lightning, and we haven't had Snow in battle for a while, so we'll have Snow. And then we'll also have Vinyl. Battle team changed. Good. Right. No, Relentless Assault is what we want. But I think we probably want to go Lightning Commando and Snow Ravager in that one. Combat Clinic, I don't like that. So let's go Saboteur. Attrition might work as one of my lower ones. I think... yeah, Solidarity, and the other one that I quite like that works is the... oh, that is Solidarity. What the fuck was... what the fuck was the other one then? I don't know. What was it? Delta Attack, yeah. Yeah, we've had that one before, right. Oh, right, that's what it is. What I want here is Commando, Ravager and Medic. There we go, that's what we're after. Diversity, and then Solidarity. Delta Attack seems like a reasonable plan of action. Wouldn't mind another one with a Saboteur in it, so maybe... yeah? Ruthless as Sabotage? Yeah, I think I'll go with that one. That seems like a reasonable spread of doings. And now, yes, we've got a lot of Crystarium points, so let us spend like they were going out of fashion. Focus you on Commando, please. Scourge. What does that do? Deal heavy damage with attack to target about to recover from stagger. Ooh, that'll be very good. Gained a level as a Commando. Marvellous. Then focus on Ravager, I think. How's that? Oh, finished off Ravager. Marvellous. Now focus on Medic. I need you to focus on Medic. That's right. If you wouldn't mind just focusing on Medic. That's it. There we go. What do you mean you don't want to? I thought it was some kind of privilege. No, it's not. You stupid asshole. Saboteur. We'll focus on Saboteur first because it is her sort of unique-ish class. Obviously Fang also has Saboteur, but the key thing is she's... yeah, it's not unique. It's too unique. and 2 uniques does not make a unique. Nonetheless, we're focusing on our sabotage. Doesn't matter why you're focusing on it, just do it. I have no CP! No! Oh, terrible. I have no CP, boo-boo. That one's completed. Ravage. That one's completed. Marvellous. So just focus on the punchings. That's a pretty... Oh, he's got Scourge as well now. Marvellous. That means that when it's... I suppose arguably, I don't ever think I've even remotely considered it this heavily. But I suppose I don't do any of the real hardcore extra bosses just to warn people now. I don't do hardcore extra bosses. When we get to the sort of open worldy area, I will probably look to do some of the little extra missions, but some of them are very much going to be a sort of no thank you, I'm fine not doing that bit. Because you need to get into the real nitty gritty, and I suppose with that Scourge what you'd want to do is once the stagger meter is beginning to sort of disappear, you're going to want to sort of perhaps get multiple commandos in there. Oh, he's completed commando. Synergist then I think is probably the best bet. Boom! Extend duration of target's existing status enhancements upon bestowing new ones. Ooh, that is exceptional. What was that? Fully targets com, rav, then, or thab attacks. I feel like you could have just said attacks. So I can't immediately think of any other thing that would attack. So they've covered all of the things that can attack, so they could have just gone attacks. Maybe I'm being too simplistic, I don't know, but it does feel a little bit like, kind of like, you don't need to specify all of those, because they are literally the only... Oh, I didn't finish him off. Never leave a man halfway. Always finish him off. There we go, that's what we need to do. Pop round, marvellous. And now we finish off with a little bit of hope. Yes, indeed. Medic is finished. Synergist is almost finished. Gained a level as a Synergist. Good lad. And now pop round and get you a little bit of Ravage. The Ravage and the Major and the Ravage. I know I keep doing that. I can't help myself. There we go, all CP accounted for. And now let's just double check this equipment. Yeah, tolerable. Wild Bear adds a little bit more strength, doesn't it? But improved guard, I mean, it's the fact that he's a sentinel. Improved guard is not a terrible choice, but it drops that attack something dramatic, doesn't it? But there you go. I think what he's got on at the moment is probably the most the finest one available to me. Let's just do a little bit of a save. That may, at the very least, if all goes horribly wrong, we won't have to do a huge amount again. Okay, so we've got bits and bobs over there, bits and bobs over here, and we've got a control panel on this side. So that's going to form a nice little bridge there. Does that? That does get represented on the map. Marvellous. So yeah, we're going to wrap back round and up at some point, at an opportune moment that the game allows me to wrap back up and round, I suppose. Arguably, we'll probably just... Oh, hello. Yep. No, you get ready, lads. But unfortunately, you are some of the lamer enemies, and I've got a full party now. Not that, arguably, having a full party makes no real difference, truth be told. Because even if I die... Oh, that's interesting. That is not the... Yeah. I need to change which paradigm we start in, because otherwise that's going to be a pain in the arse. Just keep punching in this guy, and then we'll try and actually use some tactics. Yes, infiltrators first was the key thing, because they use mana drive cure, which is sort of basically techie magic, I think is the idea. They have a sort of tech that replicates the magic of cure, because the only people with magic are the l'Cie, which is what we are. We were marked by the Fal'Cie as l'Cie, and that's the way we can access magical powers, whereas normal, regular humans cannot have magical powers in this world. Oh, do we not know? We do not have your stats. Are we going to be able to get your stats before you die? Yes, marvellous. Makes my life a little easier indeed. Let's kill this dude with great relish, yes. And that's not just an enjoyment of killing the dude. No, I mean I want to kill this man with great volumes of relish. Just huge portions of it just piled on top of him. Just stick it in a jar. Stick the man in a jar. That's what I'm suggesting. We stick a man in a jar and then we pour relish all over him. And that is the sort of death I want. You know, that's the sort of death I demand for that man. So I think this gets a little bit complicated. Not like dramatically so. Just, you see here, I can take a bridge down there to get to there. I can take a bridge up here to get to here. It's just, there's bridges everywhere. Everywhere's a bridge. Everywhere you can think of is a bridge. It's very annoying. I keep getting a lot of... I think it's relatively minor each time, but there seems to be a lot of frame dropping. 1.9% over the entire stream, which I suppose arguably is not terrible, but yeah, it's kind of a nuisance. I don't know a good way of solving that. Especially considering the internet, mathematically the internet can handle what I'm asking it to handle. However, it does seem to be dropping frames more now. I'll have to have a look in the settings again, I suppose. Back in the settings again. That's right, back in the settings again. Which I loathe going back in the settings again. Sick and tired of the bloody settings screen. Oh, hello. They see me. Well, if we just, nope. Now, if we just... No, I think dude with gun. I think it's meant to be a rocket launcher. Oh, no, dude with gun. No, but yeah, the other guy didn't. Yeah, that's fine. I'll just do it head on. Fuck it. I forgot to change the paradigm base.
On your toes.
Which is a nuisance. I really need to remember that after this battle. The problem, you get it in the battle and it's like, I must do it, and then you come out of the battle and it's completely gone from my brain. 5 second fucking memory I've got. See the magical man with a 5-second memory. Tell him anything and he's forgotten instantaneously. Roll up. I don't think it's sufficiently impressive, is it really? Just irritating and shitey ball buys. And that's not something you want. No siree, roofless. I'm not gonna have a roof now. Disappointed. I really thought I wanted a roof, but I have now found myself roofless. Way in peril, that'll do. Diversity, because he's about to photon strike me. I'll stick to diversity first, and then back to Relentless Assault, where we should be able to pop that shell. There we go, that's what we like to see. I don't think... Whereas when I was using the double, it was well worth having 2 Ravagers. I don't think, when you get the triple teams, I don't think it's hugely worthwhile having 3 Ravagers. Because you might as well, you might as well stick to having a Commando in it, rather than having to flick, where I was flitting between dual casting and Relentless. No, it wouldn't have been Relentless Assault, would it? But, Slash and Burn, wouldn't it? With a pair. It was well worth doing that, but this later sort of area, it's not. Set an active paradigm, that's what we're after. Marvellous. Get that back to the correct settings. That's what we like to do, oh yeah. Now we go lifting bridges, yo. That's what I want to do. Right, well, we've covered both treasure chests at the back here. I think it was both treasure chests anyway. Yes, there we go. I was slightly concerned I was going to have done all of this and there was going to be a treasure chest at the end. And it's probably going to be a lousy, disappointing one. 2 rune bracelets. I'm not entirely sure what a rune bracelet does, but I suppose I ought to find out. Let's have a look. Probably don't really want to change anything of hers, but nonetheless. Okay, there's the soul font even, talisman. casts Shell at the start of battle, not terrible. And Blessed Talisman casts Faith at the beginning of battle. That could be useful for someone. Resists pain. Increase magic resistance by 10%. Okay. So what do you currently have? Physical resistance and royal armlet. Well, I think what we'll do is we'll ditch your black belt for the sake of the Blessed Talisman, which will mean you have auto faith, and auto faith, or faith, the status ailment faith, or buff faith, whichever you want to call it, it increases her magical strength, which is quite useful, as you can imagine, with a magical user. I'm just seeing if there's a slight improvement to the bangle he currently has. No, I think he has got the maximum bangle. Maximum bangles. You straight have like 2 bangles. I don't know if I necessarily want that. Auto protect and magic, yeah. Physical resistance and magic, yeah. It's not a terrible decision. Yeah, I'm satisfied with my equipment decisions for now, at least. There is room for improvement later on, but for now, especially because I don't know for certain, but they might get a 3rd accessory slot. As we got elsewhere, you do get these sort of extra slots via the Crystarium. So we'll poodle on down this bridge, have a wander down here, and then we'll probably head to the centre here again. I don't know. As I say, it's for people like me who like to explore every single area. Ooh, Umbra. That, I recognise the logo, or the symbol next to it. It's a doodad for thingy. Right, what we got here? So, improved ward. I don't know specifically what that does. Let's have a look. Slightly enhances the effectiveness of Death Ward and Fringe Ward. They are abilities. I'm not entirely sure what they are specifically. Sentinel abilities. Fringe Ward. Reduce damage to nearby allies. Okay, interesting. And Death Ward boosts physical magic resistance when HP is low. So, in terms of his Sentinel side, that's not terrible. It does also bump his magic up. Only a tiny bit, but it does bump his magic up. What am I losing? The physical wall, which, yeah, I think I can live without the physical wall. I just realised Guardian Amulet. Oh, fuck that. Don't need that, no. Magic resistance might not go on this. Shell at the start of the battle. I feel like that'd be better than that. So yeah, we'll go with that. But Umbra. Oh, and I get a magic wall for that. Okay. How much strength is he losing? About 20-ish. Give or take. I'm not doing the full mathematics. I probably could if I really wanted to, but let's be honest, I don't want to embarrass myself, so 20-ish will suffice. Right, the crucial detail is we want to check out... how do we want to do this? I think I'll carry on going down. What I might do is go down this side, then head to the middle, and then up the middle, and then head down the other side. That might suit my purposes. I feel like something is interfering with the internet because it is dropping more frames than usual, and I've got a theory as to what. There's not a lot I can do about it. But there you go. No, he's just going to carry on looking, isn't he? I was waiting for him to turn around, but he was having none of the turning around part. Right, so that guy, I was going to say, Psychon Reaver, I think it's safe to say, requires information. Dragoon should be fine, that's not going to be a huge problem. Ooh, I must admit, yeah, let's get rid of the Dragoons first. It's difficult to see it perfectly, of course, because everything's moving around, and the camera follows lightning. Oh, hello, people are dying. But from what I can see of it, that Umber is not an ugly design. In fact, yeah, you can see it quite clearly there, and I quite like it. I suppose it is based on moon, isn't it? So it's kind of purpley shades of moon. Not that the moon is purple, but the moon is nonetheless. Oops, it is. Sorry. I don't know. I apologise. Makes no real difference. Because it breaks the flow of your entertainment. But let's be honest, there's no entertainment value here whatsoever. So there's no flow to break. No, the fact that he's charging the mana drive is concerning. So I think what we might do is pop into our Sentinel mode. Or one of our Sentinel modes. Obviously we have got a couple, but we'll get some healing done as well. Back off. No, I think Snow's misunderstood how you're supposed to deal with these guys. What you're supposed to be doing, Snow, is you're supposed to be making them attack you, not making them back off. You are very much specifically the person they want to be attacking, so don't make them back off. Well, having said that, they do look suspiciously like they're still managing to target lightning. Because I know challenge is a slightly different variation of provoke. Can't quite recall the difference. I might look that up after this battle if I remember, but let's be honest, 5-second memory. I think we can probably afford to go back to the Relentless Assault, because he's clearly not doing some nasty magic move anymore. Don't know whether he did it or not. I didn't really feel it. Ultimate put down, really, isn't it? I'm charging my mana drive. I'm charging my mana drive. Have you charged it yet? Yes, I did the attack some time ago. Oh, right. Fair dues, mate. I didn't really notice it, but there you go. Bow, 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 bow. Ba-bam, 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 bam, bam. Losing frames again. I know. Obsessing over it now, but there you go. Seems to be losing an obscene number this time round. On previous occasions, it's been sort of like 300 over the... damn that button. Damn that button. But now it's doing a large volume. A large volume I don't really want to have happening. But there you go. I have to experiment. I suppose I have to experiment. I'm guessing experimenting will have to commence. But there you go. If I perhaps use a different window, that might solve the things. I don't know. Not different window, slightly simplifying what I'm considering. So we'll see. Have to wait and see now. Technically, it doesn't make that much difference. I don't suppose. I think the vast majority. Although I haven't said that, now that is just that is just stacking them up, isn't it? Shit, you know. Fuck's sake. What are you doing that's going wrong? Everything is off, so there shouldn't be anything interfering, and yet there is clearly something interfering. Unfortunately, I can't really get into and behind systems at the moment because it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. So, fuck it. I know, not the world's best response to problems, is it? But there you go. When a problem comes your way, just say, fuck it. That's the only solution today. Jesus Christ, how did you kill the shit out of me? I'm assuming he waited for me to have a poo and then he just pummeled that poo into oblivion. That's how he killed the shit out of me. But nonetheless, fucking hell. I think it's the bloody bazooka. He is literally going, I need to bazooka the Veruca that is the Lassie and just killing us. Beyond comparison. Killing us fast with his bazooka. Killing us fast with his bazooka. Killing us not softly. It's definitely not soft. He's not a soft death. He's very much a hard death to bazooka. Do we have his information? Yeah. It's two of them. I must admit, I thought one of them was not a rocket launcher boy. But as it turns out, both commands are very much rocket launcher boys. We just have to plough through the second one. But now there's only one rocket launcher boy. I think it's going to be far less devastating. Plus, it's a rocket launcher boy who has just been backflipped into staggering. And it's risky doing a backflip in the middle of a battle because lightning could have easily staggered if she'd not done it correctly. 5 stars. Count them up, 5 stars. Oh yes, indeed. Enjoy those 5 stars. Let's continue, as I say. I'm just going to continue down this path. Then I think this is going to be a dead end. Dead end with the treasure chest. Not sure where that floaty dude's going to be. I don't know where his domain's going to be. could be here. No, no, I don't think it's here then. He's kind of floating in the middle of two platforms. That's kind of like he's neither betwixt nor between. He could easily attack you from one side or the other. And truth be told, it wouldn't make much difference to me. Perfect Conductor, I think, is one of the slightly more chunky experience items for the weapons. I'm loath to commit to any weapon at the moment, so I'm slightly loath to pump any more into the weapons that I've already pumped into. But at some point I must choose my destiny. Choose my weapons, and then I'll probably be able to get, to a certain extent, I might be able to get a bit of an advantage. Oh, I see. Those two, I think, are attached to this battle. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's going to be three Dragoons. In fact, that's 4 Dragoons. One better than... Oh, I don't really... No, I want to face the Dragoons first, please, game. I know it's my own fault. I didn't read the thing. I just instantly attacked because I wanted to make sure. One of those ones where I just wanted to get in and attack immediately. Go, attack, attack, attack. But what is quite nice, although statistically the allies are slightly different, the fact that they all gain the amount of CP even though you're not playing as them. So, you know, when we weren't Vanille and Zat... Oh shit, wow, okay. Cool. Cool. See? Another flaw in the battle system, I think. Just died. I don't even know how. Just died. Just had a health bar, then I didn't have a health bar, and I didn't really have any say in the matter. It just went. There you go. Start of the battle. Lovely. Now the battle's ended with your death. Oh, okay, that's fine. I'm assuming I possibly took like several missiles, but as I say, it's the slight issue I have with, you know, lead character dies, everybody's game over. Because technically, if lightning dies, any other RPG, you'd be able to just go Snow, use a Phoenix down, bring her back, marvellous. Or technically, that's not any other RPG, I suppose. Let's Sentinel it out for a bit, because I think I need Snow to distract them while I'm getting healed up. Otherwise, lightning might take an unfortunate shot. And once lightning's up to scratch, Vanille will be able to focus on healing Snow, which is kind of what you need. It's what you need, yes indeed. But anyway, as I was saying, what's quite nice about them all getting the exact same CP at all times is nobody ever feels like they've fallen behind, so I can interchange my characters willy-nilly as much as I like. And I like that fact, because I'm, I suppose, arguably, very indecisive. And I just like to have all of the things all of the time. Everything I can possibly have, I will try and have at the same time. That's dropped. It's regularly dropping frames, isn't it? Kind of sucks. Problem is, if I unfocus the bloody Final Fantasy window, it usually goes horribly wrong and stops working properly. So I'm loath to do that. But yeah, we are just. I kind of don't have. The problem is, I don't really have a thought on why. Why now? Why this time? Oh well. Yeah. Once again, it's boiled down to the reaction of. Fuck it. Watch it on YouTube. Yeah. You can tell I'm on the verge of giving up, can't you? I couldn't give a shit. I'm just gonna play Final Fantasy XIII and try my best to stop looking at bloody numbers apart from the score number, which was quite high. So it was worth 5 points, yes it was. I like that number, it's very good. Right, so here I think what we'll do... no, that's not the bridge I was looking for. This is the bridge I'm looking for. Yes, I think the most sensible thing is if I plough up through the centre, taking on all the enemies, and then I can save it at the top, which would be nice. And then I can come down the other side we've not been down yet. Oh, hello. Yep, no, they were entirely prepared for me. Come down the other side, grab all the treasure chests, etc. that I haven't already grabbed, and then we can move on at the bottom. That is the plan. Oh yes, it is. It's a mighty fine plan. That's what it is. Oh, good plan. I have so many fucking good plans. Oh yeah. Come on. I'm gonna throw a load of stuff in your face. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Slicey dicey, up in the airy. Yes. And now, decisions. I'll tell you what, yeah, I think what we'll try and do, we'll try a little bit of Ruthless in the hopes that we'll get that Imperil, ideally. I mean, oh, there's the Imperil. Anything else you can do, Vanille? I'll give her a few more moments. Give her a couple of moments or two to just, hopefully... I mean, it makes... I know I'm focusing on the bloody frame dropping again. But it seems to... what it seems to do is it flashes the Twitch dashboard. Kind of jiggles, almost. And that's when it seems to drop the frames. Although then again, no, it's just dropping them all now. Fuck's sake. What is wrong with you? You piece of shite. Oh, she got poisoning as well. That was very helpful. Very useful indeed. It's rather good. A beautiful 5-star performance. Give that performance 5 stars. All the enemies on the other side have respawned again, which is... I'm not going to fight every single one of them, but... useful for if I ever had to truly sort of dedicate myself to grinding that they respawn, but slightly annoying when you're sort of... When like me, you're kind of doing this kind of sequential, you know, march up and down to cover every single thing. It does get a little bit galling when it's like, they're all back again. Oh, fuck. I put a lot of effort into killing all of you. How dare you come back again? Cease and desist coming back every day. Might be slightly easier to pop into Ruthless if we can't pop a couple of these. Oh, you do have Dispel. I wasn't sure. Fairly certain Fang had Dispel. Wasn't sure if Vanilla caught up with that one as well. I don't think Vanilla and Fang have quite such an obvious pattern compared to Zaz and Hope's synergy roles. Fuck's sake, game! Really?
No.
You're gonna keep doing me like that? Oh, it's another fucking bazooka boy, isn't it? I think maybe we have to focus on the bazooka boys. How very annoying. Yes, indeed. I might have to try. I don't know where the functionality is. I'll have to look it up. But there's a way of removing the preview. But I'll have to see if that. I feel like it wouldn't make much difference to the actual internet connection. Though. We were all over the place there, weren't we? We're just rotating around one another, going, "Where's the enemies? Where's the enemies? Where's the things?" All right, let's go after the destroyer first, because I think it's the destroyer that is just shitting me off every time. They just launch that bazooka and it's like, nope, you're starting that battle again. And it's like, oh, fuck off. Fuck off. Okay. Fucking D-Protect. I don't think he's considered D-Protect, but whatever it is classified as, bloody annoying that Lightning has lowered defense. Considering the fact that I rely heavily on Lightning not having low defense, considering she is the be-all and end-all of the battle. It is quite annoying. I suppose attrition might work reasonably well. Get a little bit of healing going. Well, having said that, maybe this is going to be a regretful decision. Christ. Because I have to do my own bloody healing, which is... well, to a certain extent. Obviously, with the other characters, what you find is they will always wait until the end of their ATB gauge. Whereas, like here, if snow drops too low, I can do a couple of emergency heals. So being your own medic is sometimes not a terrible situation to find yourself in. But, you know, it's also not the greatest, because it's like, it's a little bit like, oh god, yeah, I'll just heal everybody. Just kill. It gets a little bit tiresome, but never mind. Tactically, as I say, it can work quite well, but outside of that, it's not hugely fun, is the situation I find. Black sheep, have you any wool? Bar Black Sheep makes its triumphant return. Not that anybody wanted it, I'm sure. See, this is where it would be beneficial to actually have people. Someone might say something at this point, and I'd go, oh, yeah, da, 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 da. And you know, there's conversation to be had. But now it's sort of like 2 hours in, and I'm kind of out of topics really. Which weirdly, not keen on the topic. I'll eat a topic. Don't get me wrong, I will eat a topic. But they're not my favourite chocolate bar. We've already established that picnics are. But, you know, topics and Snickers. Not overly enamoured. As I say, happy to eat them. But, and will enjoy them. I'll just clarify that. It's not like I'd be forcing them down in some kind of like, I hate this, but I need to eat it sort of way. No, I mean, they're decent enough chocky bars. Enjoyable to the tasting, but not a favoured one. As I say, I think mostly because I'm not keen on nuts, and topics and Snickers feature a large volume of nuts. Which, as I say, I often find it weird that I enjoy the picnic quite so much, owing to the fact that is riddled with nuts as well. Right, focus on the Destroyer, because we know that the Destroyer of Worlds can decimate the party. Again, it's another one of those ones where you get unlucky if your party just happen to be stood together, because at that point everybody dies. Although, having said that, with these Destroyers it seems to be more a case of if you get unlucky and it targets lightning, that's it. Lightning's dead. Insta-killed by a bazooka boy who needs to die. He needs to die in my arms tonight. Assumingly it was something I said, and probably it was the command, die in my arms tonight. Although, having said that, the original lyric I think is, you just died in my arms tonight. Whereas I'm suggesting it would have been a command. The command was, die in my arms tonight. You just died in my arms tonight. It must have been something you said. Reorder that into a joke, and, you know, that's your homework for the week. Reorder all of those words into a workable joke, and they'll be delightful for you. I say you, I don't think there's anybody here, is there? As usual. We'll try not to dwell. We've already started dwelling on the constant frame dropping, so let's try not to dwell on the other negatives as well. Just sort of carry on with a blinkered. Oh, I didn't bother saving it, did I? Oh, fuck. Oh well. Never mind. I don't think. Well, I might actually bother going back, because I've done quite a lot of battles that I don't necessarily want to lose progress on if all goes horribly wrong. And let's be honest, if something's going to go horribly wrong, it bloody well will, won't it? That is. Oh! And I don't just mean losing the battle, because as we've seen, losing the battle doesn't make a huge volume of difference in this game. What I mean by horribly wrong is, I don't know, the world imploding, maybe, I suppose. I'm fully expecting that at some point in the not too distant future. The world implodes and takes everything with it. But on the brighter side, you know, I say that. I can't think of one. Always look on the shit side of life. Do 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 It might make you feel better about yourself if you look at the shitty side of life. Look into the shittiness of your days. Carry on punching, come on, Snow. I need you to carry on elementally punching. Just slice through this dude. And as I say, I think I will pop back to the save point. Pop back to the save point, then we sort of...
That's how it's done.
Yeah, I suppose we might as well carry on despite the crushing despair and annoyance of frames dropping constantly. Plough on forward anyway, eh? That's what we like to see. A person who's so fucking stupid, he carries on no matter the obvious situation that is in front of his face. So it looks like we might be clear of people, which is beneficial. But arguably we did just wipe that one out. I was supposed to go up here and save it, and I forgot. I went straight and skipped. He skipped part of the plan, and I didn't mean to. I'm sorry, Lord, I didn't mean to skip part of the plan. Save it up, that's right. Save it up, maybe even save it down, maybe. If it's even physically possible to save something down. I don't know if it is. Can you save it down? I suppose arguably, if you have a bunch of files that are called like Alpha and Alpha 2 and Alpha 3, and then you save something as Beta, it's going to be lower than them if you sort it alphabetically, therefore it's saving down. Not really much of a joke, just sort of more factual information there. But you know, I like to provide a widespread of utter trash. Even random noises, that'll do. Why not? Pick up a treasure chest. Ooh, a tasty amount of gill. That's going straight into my pockets. And then never spent. I will probably try and treat myself to something. Precisely what, I do not know, but I'll try and treat myself to something. Something nice with my plentiful gill, maybe. Probably what it's going to be, destroyer first place. What it's going to be is I'll probably try and just buy a load more of those junk components to be able to boost all of my weapons. Pretty much. Because once you've got, you know, when you've got suitably chunky weapons, you can pretty much beat most things because they do more damage. Good logic for any old game, I think, really. Get yourself some chunky weapons and then your quid's in for damage values. And usually, I can't remember which way the saying goes now. I think, isn't it a good... Yeah, I think it's supposed to be a good offense is a good defense, isn't it? But I find a good offense, you don't need defense. So just plow everything in damage and then you'll kill everything instantaneously and then you won't have to worry about them hitting you. Oh dear, photon blasting my characters all the way to buggery. And I don't appreciate that. They need to stay away from buggery. It's a long way away, and if they do end up in buggery, it'll take them a long time to get back. That's the key problem. Right, all hands on the Thermodon. And by hands, well, actually, for Snow, I do mean hands. I was about to say by hands, I mean all magic stuff, but Snow is currently biasing. Oh no, he's doing a little bit. He's doing sort of in different strike. I was going to say, we've got the weaknesses, so he should. I suppose both physical and magical are halved, but that should default him. I feel like that should definitely default him to being... He should focus on whatever his own strength is. And I would think his own strength is definitely striking ability, so I don't know why he throws in magic. I feel like he should just focus on strike. But there you go. What he does is entirely in his own mind. I cannot control him at the moment. Eventually, I was going to, when I was informed I couldn't change the leader, I was going to change straight to Snow as being the leader, but that will have to wait, I'm afraid. We have to be patient until we can run around in the Master of Faster. No, I was going to say the Master of Long Coats, which in fairness, the Master of Faster, the Sultan of Speed, he is a Master of the Long Coat as well. Favourite character in that entire series. And yes, entirely based on the length of his coat. It's kind of, that is literally how my mind works when it comes to... oh, gold bangle, I suspect. That is going to be an upgrade to the tungstens. Yes, it is. Upgrade your magical wall and get you a doodah. I suppose arguably as well. I believe you will rock in a tungsten and a silver bangle, so you might as well now be rocking 2 tungstens. Ooh, low HP power surge. Increased damage dealt to enemies when HP is below 10%. Well, that's... well, it's not intolerable that it exists, but it's one of those ones where when her health is less than 10%, I'm going to panic and heal her. There's no... I think it was Final Fantasy VIII. Final Fantasy VIII, you could legitimately run a strategy that just had Squall, or for me it was Squall. I mean, I'm sure you could do it with others, but what you could do is you junctioned everything on his strength, and then you left him under the sort of limit break. I don't think it was called a limit break in that, was it? Might have been. Don't know. Can't remember. Never mind. Not hugely important. The key thing is what you'd do is you'd leave him under the threshold for being able to use Renzakuken. And then you could just pretty much kill anything. Because you'd start the battle, Squall would go, he'd have everything in strength, and then you'd Renzakuken and you'd just go... and not many things could stand up to a sort of maximum strength Renzakuken from the get-go of the battle. It was, of course, risky, because there was always that chance that, of course, Squall was going to die. Keeping him below that sort of health threshold was always sort of like, oh, he's now dead. That's less than optimal for the strategy. But then I think the benefit was the lesser sort of Phoenix Downs and life spells, I think, bring you back still beneath the threshold. Or at least I think you could sort of wangle it that way in some fashion. I can't remember precisely how it was done, but you could get it so that you had... I think it was you had enough health as well, so that when you brought them back from the dead, they were still under the threshold to do the limit break or whatever it's called. So you could just carry on Renzakukening. I've got a Renzakukening for you. It's like a reckoning, but with more Renzakuken. Yes, indeed. Might put it away in the next save point. See what happens. Might end up being a boss fight first, I don't know. But yeah, it's been another bit of a disappointment, this one, isn't it? But we'll carry on slashing this fellow up. I think we'll want a bit of diversity just to bolster our health. Would prefer to have nobody die. It makes it awkward and forces me to use a Phoenix Down. And God forbid I use a Phoenix Down, because I really don't want to. You can't make me... Oh, you killed me? Okay, you apparently did. You were very capable of making me. No, that didn't actually happen, but it would have been a hell of a timing, wouldn't it? In a different universe, you made that joke, and it actually worked in time with the gameplay that was being shown. Yes, and everybody laughed, and there was more than nobody here. Right, we've got that treasure chest, Oh, looks like the next save point's there, so... Yeah, I think I might leave it for this week. I'll grab that treasure chest, deal with the Crystarium, and then save it and put it away. But unfortunately, we didn't make a huge amount of progress, because we are still on the airship, but oh well, never mind. Doesn't really matter at all, does it? What we'll do is we'll do a little save. Then deal with the Crystarium, and then do another little save. And then, well, in fact, we'll do the triple save combo. We've not got a huge amount of points, but we've also not got a huge amount of stuff left that's needed. So she's actually maxed that. So it is only medic. Whoopsie doodles. It is only medic. In that one, please. There we go. Get the ancillary notes. I mean, you could technically you could skip those nodes if you wanted to, but I just don't really see the point. I find it's the way I play it. It would seem, whether this is by their design or by my sort of insistence on fighting at least every enemy once and then multiple times. But what I find is you do seem to be able to max out this Crystarium quite happily each time. There's no like, oh, I'll skip this node because then I'll have the CP to carry on and get this next one. No, it really is just like you can just grab all of the nodes, really. There's no real trouble grabbing every node going. You have that many points available to you. So, you know, to a certain extent, I suppose that's probably bad design because there's no real choice that's required in the Crystarium. You literally just pump points in here, pump points in there, pump points in everywhere. That he is in fact maxed out, isn't he? Yeah, because Ravager, he's got very low values on his Ravager side. But yeah, no, he's got some spare points left over. I was hoping, I suppose arguably, it's beneficial to have unlocked everything, but in a way, I was sort of hoping to wind up getting everybody down to zero Crystarium points, but just for sort of nice even, nice round, the roundest of all the numbers, round 0 to end with. But unfortunately, yeah, snow's going to stick out like a sore thumb, and I don't like that. Quite like the sort of wavy, wispy, watery effect in the background. Ravager. We might as well do Ravager. Doesn't make too much difference. All the stats are going up, no matter which decisions I make. I suppose that's the only real decision you want to be sort of doing, and that's where I've been sort of focusing on the different roles in different orders. Some people might bias different priorities. I tend to bias the idea of what their sort of specialist's subject is. I sort of just aim to Vanille and Hope are sort of specialising in being a medic. Snow and Fang specialise in being sentinels, so you just sort of focus on their specialty. Right, there we go. Yeah, access, save. I won't bother doing any kind of upgrades at the moment. As I say, I might try and it'll either end up being let's see, that was that's the one I do want. I couldn't find the right save file. And then we just get save slot number 1 back in the number 1 position, and then that's it. There we go. Quick, get out of here, Final Fantasy. It's a shame. It almost looks suspiciously like those frame drops have stopped. So bit of unfortunate timing there, isn't it? The moment the frame drops stop, you should stop gambling. I don't know what that was supposed to be, but it was something, wasn't it? Well, I must admit, unless one of the individuals that are sort of quote unquote present, unless one of you wishes to declare yourself an actual person, I think that's pretty much it, and it's not really worth doing any kind of ratings. Oh, there is. You are present. Well, your name doesn't seem to appear. No, it does not. But you are quite real. But I probably still won't bother. I suppose I could arguably at least look to see who is present, but I suspect I probably won't. No, I don't think we'll bother. Raiding is a decent idea, but you know, you need at least a few people, I think, to make it anywhere near worthwhile. Well, it's that old school pixel star. The official individual that sprite is taken from is the character Setzer from Final Fantasy VI. all I did was I manipulated the sprite. I recoloured it to feature my sort of hair colour, slightly paler skin colour, I think, to match my pasty horrendousness. And then I changed the coat to be that of a sort of plain sandy colour coat, because I like that sort of sandy trench coat. It's quite nice. And then the monsters are all Final Fantasy based as well. You've got your basic Flan, your Araman, I believe it is, and then your Bomb and your Malboro. But yes, it is that sort of old school pixel style, because it is old school pixel. And Terraria has that same style. Anyway, that's it. We will be what's next? I suppose arguably, I'll tell you what, we'll do it this method because it's different. We might as well. Will that work? Yay, there you go. They were last playing Just Chatting. I hope Just Chatting was a very good game. No, I think you were last playing Terraria, in fairness, unless you were on earlier today, I don't know. But nonetheless, there is Mr. Boosh available. I suppose arguably I'm literally just talking to you, so you're available tonight. You're a person who exists and you do things. Other option for tonight, of course, is... there we go, I was going to say. You made my name on a mountain. I did spot... I mean, certainly you made a start on making it on top of the house. I don't know if you... Have you had a chance to finish that then? Which I must admit, like, as flattered as I perhaps am that you were making my name on top of a mount. Oh, now on top of a mountain. Okay. As flattered as I am, there is a part of me that looks at that and goes, that is a terrible waste of resources. I can't help it. It's like, no, stop doing that. Stop building these stupid statues. You're wasting a lot of materials. But as I say, it pleases me to see it. It just also pains me to go, how much have you put in those? Version 2 will be gold. That is going to pain me even more, because that is a shocking waste of resources if you make it out of gold. Anyway, so yes, tonight there's Blue Boosh and Malice Caliber. That's for anybody present who's not chatting, just in case you're interested. There are options there. I will be back probably Monday. Probably another 4:31, which seems to be the worst starting time in the history of starting times, but nonetheless, we'll carry on because it's the easiest for me, I suppose. But yeah, we'll probably be doing like a 4:30, 4:35 o'clock-ish Arts Hole Monday. I want to do some modelling. So I've built myself a long catwalk. Now I have perfected my model strut, and I will turn around and just gently tease my ass at you. No, I mean by that, I mean 3D modelling, obviously. I have a couple of 3D projects in mind that I wish to explore, and one is designed to help me finish off an intro that has been lurking for... I can probably find out, actually, because I suspect... Does it... Actually, I don't know if it... Oh, no, I'll tell you what, that'll work. Give or take, the project has been lurking around for... Oh, it doesn't give me a specific date, it just says 2019, which is still 2 years. Give-ish. Probably more, 1.5-ish. But yeah, hopefully I can finish that off with a piece of 3D modelling. See if we can get that done. And then there's 2 models I wouldn't mind getting done, but 3 hours for 2 models might be a bit much. But they are fairly simple models, so it might not take that long. But that's Monday. Then Wednesday, yeah, probably Wednesday. I don't know, maybe. Probably another hodgepodge of hilarity. And then Thursday in the 8 o'clock slot. The 8 o'clock slot will be something new. Half-Minute Hero I have declared as completed. Within the Discord, there is a video of someone doing 3-second hero 3 seconds, and as I say, I mean, there's the possibility that I'd be able to do it, but I think it would cause more frustration than is entirely required. So I'm going, I've drawn a line under half-minute hero, and I will be doing something brand new. I'll reveal that on Thursday. And then, of course, 10 o'clock Thursday, 10 o'clock-ish, I suppose. Depends on how distracted I get by the other one. But 10 o'clock-ish will, of course, be the return of Death's Bank, where I get the impression we are drawing... I mean, we are clawing closer and closer to the end of Death's Bank. But we have a good few... We've got a good few map tiles left, I believe. And a good few quests. I believe we were looking for... We found his sock and we found his book, didn't we? But the tree wanted something else. Can't remember what the tree wanted, but I'm sure I can look it up when we play it. And then, of course, after that, there might... Depends on how fast I get. I don't know why I'm explaining every single detail, but I'm just rambling on. It's fine. Friday, there might be a brand new thing being streamed, and that'll be another evening one, because I get the impression they're more popular. So might be better to go evening slot rather than afternoon slot. Which, as I say, I don't know. There's a lot to be done. There's a lot needed. So I will have to see. Basically, wait and see if I get all of the things done in preparation for that to start this week, or whether I'll start the following week. And then, of course, SaturJay RPG will be returning next Saturday, where hopefully we can get off of the airship. Kind of disappointed that I didn't get off the airship this time round, because I mean, I've been doing it a couple of hours and I'm still on the same area, which is surprising to me. I thought I would have made it past it, but never mind. Not hugely important. Anyway, what we'll do is we'll pop to the interim slideshow for a moment. At some point, I will probably try and get an official ending screen. It's on my list of things to do that I never do. That's the official title of it. Things to do that I never do. Yeah. It's usual standard practice. I think people know it by now. I'm going to say cheerio, then I'm going to turn the mic off, then I'm going to give it a few seconds, maybe about 20-ish, and then I'm going to turn the stream off. And then I'm probably going to have a bit of dinner. I'll probably give it about 25 minutes, then have a bit of dinner. But nonetheless, enjoy the remaining period of your weekend. Hopefully I might try and I might be around tonight to catch a little bit of whatever you're up to. I don't know. Have you started the old Cyclops yet, or is he still in sort of in his bare undies? I know it's a good joke. I don't think many people appreciate the joke, but it's a good one. It's a good one. It works on a couple of different levels, because SaturJay, because I'm Jay on a Saturday, and SaturJay RPG, a JRPG, as in a Japanese role-playing game, as in Final Fantasy. Oh, it was quite good. I was quite pleased with it. I think I'm the only person who's very, very pleased with it, but still, it was quite good. But anyway, as I say, if you're around tonight, I'll probably see a little bit of your stuff. And possibly some Cyclops, I imagine. Anyway, I will talk to you some other time and say cheerio.